Hello everyone, my name is Lamb Chops and welcome back to Remnant from the Ashes. Now I was playing this off screen a little bit, going through the adventure mode, but I figured it was time to kind of go back into the story mode. So let's just make sure that we're actually in that mode, so we're not just kind of screwing around. World settings, campaign, select. Okay, so now we are back in the actual campaign of the mode, or of the game rather. I do have quite a bit of trait ranks upgrade here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna just do my reload speed a bunch. Let's get that to like 10. Scavenger we'll also do to 10. And then I have 2 more points. This is actually really helpful, so we'll do that. Alright, cool. So got a couple extra points there. Nothing really to affect like our damage output or anything like that. It's more, well, it's for the critical thing, but the reload thing is nice as well. We have to get down to Ward 13. That is kind of the new objective of the game.
Hello again.
Hello. Can I leave this way? No. Can I talk to you?
Oh, traveler.
Oh. Looks like I can talk to him.
You've done right by Ward 13 so far. Commander Ford still wants me to keep an eye on you. At least for a bit. I know you've been helping us, but you
Coffee.
gotta be careful now more than ever.
Who are you?
I'm Lieutenant Ward. Commander Ford put me in charge of security.
Okay.
Not all enemies are rude, you know. We gotta protect our own.
That is true.
You're only allowed in the main chamber and the armory. Got it? No wandering around the restricted areas.
And if I do find myself in a restricted area?
Commander, we got a system here. Best you abide by it. A place like this doesn't run without rules. Commander Ford
That is kinda true.
tight ship here.
In an apocalypse, rules
That's how
and
it lasted so long against the root.
transparency are kind of the big thing. So you're Beau Ward of War 13. I get it.
Yeah, Commander
Yeah.
Ford gave me the name. I didn't
That's
have
stupid.
one when she took me in. I figure it means I'm part of the ward. I run security for Ward 13.
Security,
we
kill
run
all
drills all the
time, blah
time.
blah blah.
I'm ready for anything. Yeah, Commander Ford. Now,
That's
honestly,
all.
things
Now
aren't
so things
bad
better
here.
if you stay
Good
inside.
People, good. I haven't been out in the. I'm happy I grew up. I hope Wallace likes it.
Oh my god, there's
I'll
so many
look out
things.
for him.
Okay.
She's
What can you tell
a
me
great
about Commander Ford?
She taught me everything I know. Like, I never knew my parents. Everybody here raised me.
I didn't even realize that guy was back there, so I was just like, oh shit, an enemy.
She's
Wait a
always
minute,
been
I'm
my
in a safe
mentor.
zone.
She can be tough, though. A commander has...
Yep, that is true.
Yeah, I still think I could have pulled Mark in the gates without the root making it in, but... Well, she had
Jesus.
to make a call, and... Well, I know he founded the
Dude, I
ward.
think about the founder.
He closed the gates to protect everybody from the root. But, Commander Ford doesn't like it when people talk about him, though. I mean, it seems like the founder was a hero, but... She's always got this scowl when he's... Remember...
That's because I know stuff that
restricted
he
areas.
doesn't.
Hello again.
Made a chess set a while back.
I don't want to talk to these
It was
people.
Great.
Let's get going.
All the
Go
night.
kill some
He
roots.
said, "They went to fight."
I do have the key to Ward 13 actually, so I'm gonna make my way down there. I'm gonna make my way downtown and walking fast, eating ass, and I'm hellbound. Let's see. I think this is the way. No, this is going to. Oh wait, no.
Keep moving.
I don't really need to talk to them for anything for upgrades or whatever. Ah, tits. I went in a goddamn circle. Okay, I think it is this way, but I have to go to the right instead of going to the left on this hallway. Yeah, here we go. Now we're talking. That'd be really kind of weird to be an NPC in this game, where like I'm just running around shooting boxes until they explode and picking up the scraps. You're like, dude, you could just use a crowbar. Like we have those in this universe. That's a thing that exists. You can just open a box that way. You don't have to fucking open up fire. All right, so we have the key card. Ward 13. How do I hit enter? Okay. Perfect. Bang. I've been meaning to, or wanting to pick this up. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Alright, hit any key to continue. No authorized access. Electronic mail, also known as email. 9:15:68 security protocol update. Commander Nathan Haskell to all Due to recent events, we'll be amending our security protocol to require an additional photo ID check upon entry to Ward 13. Entry will still require use of personal security cards. However, an additional ID check will be performed upon entry to the ward. All security officers have been notified of the change, and the new protocol will take effect immediately. Commander Nathan Haskell. Oh, okay. So, systems are all good to go. Got myself a nice trait point. And I guess we're going to explore Ward 13 so we can find any more information. Got some lags here. Eureka! It's taken us months, but we have finally reconnected a dreamer to Gabriel's world. Subject 2419-1 is online. The new bonded entity is vastly different from the previous one. Visual recordings are dim, but audio is greatly enhanced, so much so that our equipment cannot accurately record all of it. The new Guardian is belligerent toward the inhabitants. Malicious, even. I suspect it shares memories of the previous Guardian, consciously or not. It knows what the Fuzzies did and treats them accordingly. Fascinating. The fuck is a Fuzzy? Sounds like the high-ups are planning an honest-to-God physical expedition to one of the worlds. Commander Neville has requested all operations managers to submit our recommendations. Given the things we've seen bringing Casa online, the Guardian, the root creatures, the massacres, I think it's obvious what our stance has to be. Whoops. June 20th, 1968. Casa's equipment is going bonkers. It keeps resetting itself to the specific set of parameters, not just the dreaming harness, but the recording equipment, diagnostics, and even life support. The effect seems to be coming from Casa herself, but none of us understand how that's possible. Per procedure, we try to sedate and reboot Casa, but that has proven impossible. The system ignores our commands for sedation. Reg tried physically administering the drugs, of course, but the system automatically applied a reversal agent. Oh, wow. I'm concerned if we try to overpower the system, we will end up killing the dreamer. On the other hand, that may be our only option if this feedback loop doesn't resolve itself. We'll continue our observations for now, but after what happened with Gabriel and Clementine, I'm worried. They're everywhere. The root creatures from Casa's world, we were unprepared. How could we be? They attacked so quickly. Reg is dead. So many are dead. We lost contact with Ward 16 and 17, maybe others. Those of us still alive have locked ourselves in Casa's room for now, but it won't be long before we're discovered. What the hell is happening? I don't know. Oh, so many words. They're after the Dreamers. They've killed all but Cass already. It's just a matter of time. Except they aren't pounding on our door. They must know we're in here. If they're after Dreamers, why would they leave us alone? Unless, oh God, Casa, she's the gate. That's what I had to do then. We don't have any other choice. If we leave this room, they'll slaughter us. And if I'm wrong, well, one more dead Dreamer won't matter much if we're all dead. It's true. It's done. The system fought us at every turn. And then the root creatures began pounding at the doors, though they knew what we were trying to do. But it's over, she's dead, and the roots are still out there. We're preparing to make one final run for it. I don't know how far we'll get, but we'll die if we stay here. Harsgard's dreamer was in a feedback loop, too. We have to tell them if I was right about her being the gate, then file corrupted. Very interesting. Dearest Reg, I know you're dying to learn what the government's been doing since I moved into Ward 13. There's so much to tell, I don't know where to start. The red crystals weren't anything we thought, Reg. They're not power sources at all. They're conduits through space itself. I know. I wouldn't have believed it either. Wait until you see what they're doing. They've connected test subjects, dreamers, they call them, to some kind of guardian entities in other worlds. What? I don't mean other planets. I mean parallel worlds side by side with Earth, but completely inaccessible apart from the crystals. Ford and Harsgard, you remember Captain Ford, dear. He was their crewman official who visited us at the university, have a few dreamers on an atoll offshore. And the preliminary reports sound like fairy tales. Fauns, goblins, even magic. Of course, it can't actually be magic, but it certainly feels like it based on our current understanding of physics. Okay. God, this is so awkward. Or so, not awkward, but weird. It's hard to explain without being able to show you, Reg, but they won't let that happen until your transfer goes through. I don't even know if they'll allow this letter out, to be honest. It's fine, I'll show everything in person when you arrive. Our ward, oh my God, with the words, our ward already has 2 dreamers connected, supervising the activation of a third in a few days. Gabriel, they call him, though I get the feeling it's not his real name. I can't wait to see what he sees to start investigating one of these worlds for myself. We're on the verge of something amazing, Reg. There's so much more to the universe than anyone thought, even Einstein. What wonders might be out there, just lying in wait for our discovery. See you soon, Belinda. Excuse me. I was not expecting this much reading in this game. I thought it was going to be like, pick up big gun, shoot bad guy, bang bang, you win, here's loot. Preliminary observations and findings, Dr. Belinda Marsh, Operations Research Analyst Manager, Ward 13. Abstract. Commander Nebula has asked for recommendations on which world should be chosen for our first physical expedition. Subject 2419-1 is the second dreamer bonded to the so-called Fuzzies world, but the world has changed drastically since the loss of the previous dreamer. With a new guardian entity, a new invading species, and widespread alterations to the world and inhabitants, it is fair to say it is no longer the Fuzzies world and is highly dangerous. It is my recommendation that we do not send a physical expedition to this world at this time. I feel like they probably didn't take that suggestion. 2419, Gabriel cast a dreamer, Fuzzies, root creatures. Oh, big odds. Gotta watch out for the big odds, too. They'll get you. Last year, subject 2419, known as Gabriel, died in the Dreamer's chair when his guardian entity was killed by the inhabitants of his world, informally known as the Fuzzies. The Fuzzies were intelligent and warlike, yet they were caring toward each other. We still do not know why they turned on their guardian. In February of this year, we were finally successful in connecting a second Dreamer when subject 2419-1, herein referred to as Casa, bonded to what appears to be a new guardian in the same world. We have been feverishly gathering data ever since. Preliminary findings: Casa's world is almost completely unrecognizable from before. Gabriel observed what appeared to be a massive living organism populated by small, fur-covered creatures called Fuzzies. Casa, however, sees a world covered in root-like growths, with little of the original landscape visible underneath it. Fuzzies are rarely seen at all, at least not alive. Huh. So it sounds like the root actually got into whatever this Fuzzies planet was, or realm, or whatever you want to call it. The world is now populated by a new violent species of creatures. It is unclear where this new species came from. We saw no evidence of them in Gabriel's recordings, but they have eliminated a large percentage of the former population in a very short time. The new species appears to be plant-based, so definitely the root, bearing resemblance to modal trees? I don't know what that word is. These creatures are violent and destructive, actively hunting the Fuzzies, slaughtering them, then leaving the bodies behind while they hunt more. Jesus. We believe there may still be Fuzzies alive and in hiding, but given the ferocity of the root species, it is unlikely they will remain so very long. Conclusion recommendation: I believe the Fuzzies will not survive without some kind of intervention. However, I cannot recommend that a human scouting party visit Casa's world at this time. It is likely the root species will treat us the same as the Fuzzies, and given the speed and ferocity with which they fight, a lone scouting party will not stand a chance, even with modern weapons. For now, I believe it is best that we continue our observations to learn what we can about this new species before we engage them. Wow, so we really fucked up. Because it kind of sounds like we open up this, like this portal or something to these other galaxies or versions or whatever you want to call them. And that kind of led to the root spreading and attacking everything. Take some of this, take some of that. Can I do anything with this? What if I shoot it? Nope. That's how I solve all my problems. I just say, oh, fire extinguisher? Yeah, fucking shoot it. There you go. Alright, so there's nothing I can do there. That's creepy. Oh. Okay, I didn't think that would actually work, but it definitely did. So that's good to know, I guess. If there's an open window, I'll just fucking jump on through it. Ooh, another terminal. Hit any key to it. Okay. Subject 2409 is online. Vitals are stable, but we're receiving no visual information, and the audio consists only of a low, persistent rumble, interspersed by seemingly random series of clicks. Attempts to find a pattern in the clicks have so far been fruitless. I'm convinced they're nothing more than signal noise. Perhaps error in the recording equipment amplified by the dreamer's subconscious. Or perhaps there's no signal at all. We've never tested what happens when a dreamer connects with nothing. Most likely, Dr. Harsgaard read the runes wrong, awaiting confirmation. Harsgaard completes he's not wrong and suggests we continue monitoring. We'll do so if only as CYA. I don't know what that means. Looks like we're stuck here for a while. Dr. Itsaso, I heard a change in the audio in the audio last night for about 20 minutes, starting at 2:01 or 2:11. I heard some kind of singing. That's the only way I can think to describe it. This was on top of the regular rumble and clicks. I left the tape in your office for review. Also, be advised that I may have seen an anomaly on video as well, a brief, very faint pulse of light during the time of the audio anomaly. It may just have been an artifact on the screen, though, or even my imagination. It was very late after all. Light show. Hell, I owe Harsgaard $10 for about 2 hours on April 6th. Hey, it's a day before my birthday. 1966. Not anywhere near my birthday. Subject 2409's visual lit up like the goddamn 4th of July. Dozens of lights pulsed on and off with no pattern we had yet to discern. Colors varied but remained mostly between blue and yellow wavelengths. After approximately 145 minutes, wow, that's a lot of brain activity, the pulsing began to decrease in frequency, and by T plus 160 they had ceased entirely. Audio was unchanged during this time. Finally, we proved the streamer was connected to something. Hasgard is never going to let this drop. Error. Another error. And another one. Okay, so those are all corrupt. Interesting. So I'm wondering if the root is what caused the root is the dreamer being connected to nothing. What the fuck happened here? There's a big old hole right there. In this room, please keep the air conditioner on at all times. The dreamer's entity lives in a frozen world in some places, colder than any recorded measurement on Earth, and seems to reflect aspects of that bond. Interesting. In particular, she shows physical signs of discomfort at any temperature above 55 degrees. Those working in this area are encouraged to wear layers. Guardian came across a clutch of orphaned? I don't know what that means. Polas. Apparently, they had been lost in a blizzard, but the effect on Clementine was unexpected. Her noradrenaline levels dropped, and her body showed signs of lacrimation. Are these just made-up words? I feel like a lot of these are made-up words. Or maybe I'm just I'm a little dumb. I'm not big smart. I'm big dumb. So maybe it's just big smart words. Most of the team believes the Guardian, the Dreamer, or both were saddened at the discovery, but we have no record of Guardians ever having or eliciting emotions. If only we could record emotional states somehow. It's unfortunate that we can't speak to the Dreamers without waking them, that we can't wake them without risking the loss of the bond. Interesting. FYI, per Commander Neville's orders, we have sedated Clementine until her noradrenaline levels return back to normal. I guess this is now standard operating procedure whenever a Dreamer exhibits any potentially unstable behavior. I suspect the source of this edict is Captain Ford. After what happened with Gabriel and with Harsgard about to connect a new Dreamer to this Clawbone entity. Why would you name something called Clawbone and then try to fucking connect to it? Is my first question. I'm guessing Ford doesn't want any more unnecessary risks. He's probably right. Yeah, he's definitely right. Could someone please tell a janitor to leave the AC alone? That's the third time we've had to reboot Clementine this month. Yikes. Error. Last frame. Not disintegrated at all. Rather, I think she shifted somehow, that she still exists somewhere along with everything else, including the poor janitor. Unfortunately, as to why, I've only conjecture. Reviewing Clementine's final tapes shows, and in the very last frame, in one darkened corner, you can see this be Clawbone? Interesting. Harsgard always described this unknown entity in fantastic terms, but what if he wasn't exaggerating? We know he brought his Dreamer online approximately the same time Clementine disappeared, after all. As I said, conjecture, but so yeah, something definitely bad happened here. I'm wondering if the janitor like turned the AC off and then that fucking thing just exploded. Oh, dead guy. Hello, dead guy. Just making sure. Wow, your sheet is bulletproof. That's pretty cool. Dreamer knows Gabriel, subject 2419 is online. Data is coming faster than we can deal with it. Gabriel's wanted entity guards a literal living world, some kind of massive biological organism that houses the Guardian within it. That's really weird. The ground is flesh and responds to stimuli. The air is thick with moisture. The breeze shifts cyclically like breathing. The inhabitants of the world are equally fascinating. Small fur-covered bipedals that we've dubbed fuzzies for the resemblance to creatures from H.B. Piper's novels. You know, that good old H.B. Piper novel everyone's so privy to? Okay, they appear to be sentient. They have no spoken language, but they build tools and structures from the bone-like growths found throughout their world. These observations are preliminary, of course, but they're so exciting. A new species, first contact. What revelations might we uncover? Oh, I don't know. Probably death. Just all the death. Fuzzies have been acting stranger. At first, they had a kind of god-worshipper relationship with Gabriel's entity, but we've recently seen signs of fear and distrust. A few even threw rocks at their guardian. Well, that's awkward. Could Gabriel's bond have somehow caused this? We've been very careful to observe only not to interfere, but maybe the Fuzzies detected some subtle change we cannot predict. Too subtle for us to notice, yet strong enough to cause a violent reaction? That seems implausible. A minority of my team is concerned that this will affect our experiment. One team member is worried Gabriel himself might be in danger, though I've seen no evidence of that. Gabriel's vitals have been unaffected by the random attacks. A more valid concern is that the very act of observing is affecting what we observe. That may be valid, but it's not reason enough to wake the dreamer, not yet. No, of course not. Why would you wake the dreamer? Here we go. Gabriel's attack today, rather the Guardian was. We're combing through our records for any sign of provocation on our part, but so far have found nothing. Gabriel's been completely passive, allowing the Guardian to act independently. Most likely whatever's happening predates Gabriel's bond. There have been more calls from the team to wake Gabriel, still a minority, but it's true that his heart rate rose briefly during the attacks, but there have been no other signs the attack affected him in any way. I've ordered observations to continue. We will see this through. See, it's just that hubris. Like, no, we can definitely... No, it's fine. He'll be okay. He didn't even notice it. It's fine. Nothing spiked on the charts. We're good. Subject 2419 has been cleared dead on Sunday, April 3rd, 1966. Well, there you go. There it is. Dumb hubris. His guardian was killed, and his body consequently suffered a cardiac arrest. We lost. Oh God! If you die in the dream, you die in real life. It's just like that movie, Harry Potter. Oh, whoa. And yet, this presents exciting new information. No, it doesn't. You fucking they killed a guy. How is it? That's not exciting new information. That's murder. That's definitely murder. At the very least, homicide. This is the first time a dreamer has died in the chair. Tragic though Gabriel's death is, it proves the bond between dreamers and guardians is even stronger than we know. Research in the fuzzy world has been put on hold for now. Our previous observations and these log entries will be transferred to another room for study while Gabriel's chair is prepared for the next dreamer. I know we'll be back. There's so much yet to learn. What happens when a world's guardian dies anyway? Jesus. Wow. So they just do not give a shit that one of their test subjects died. They're just going to go, they're going to mosey on through. Kind of like what I'm doing, actually. I just found out all that terrible information. I'm like, oh, well, I got to get going, so. Oh, it's locked? I don't have a key for this. Well, how the heck do I get through there, then? That's a pain in the ass. Did I miss a room? No, I'm pretty sure I went through everything. Went through there. This is closed, but I can get through there, but there was no key in that room. There wasn't anything in here either. Interesting. Let's double check through here. Nothing. Except for that haunted stool that just kind of kicked out beneath me there. That was a little awkward. Oh, I don't think I went through here, though. Found the fuse. Oh, I need that for something. I need that for downstairs, actually. Like one level beneath this. Alright, cool. So we're going to run down there. Oof, yeah. We're going to run that down here in the next episode. I know I hate to do this, but there was a lot of story in that last episode, or in this episode, I should say. But I'm pretty sure there is a fuse box right there. Yep, there it is. So yeah, we're gonna hit that fuse box in the next episode, see what happens. I apologize for how much lore was in this one. It was a lot of stuff to basically digest. So it looks like we are in direct fault for the roots coming in. We're getting a little bit of the story. I don't know where the dragon's coming out. I remember they said something about dragons in the very first part of this, and I have a dragon part, so maybe we'll find out more. I don't know, but thank you guys so much for joining me on today's distraction from an otherwise productive day. Comment, like, and subscribe if you want to see more like this in the future. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.